super shiny, so just mind business. Okay. This part two. What happened to my son? So I told y'all my son was convicted of an essay on a minor, and I'm telling y'all that this did not happen. My son is serving a life sentence. He was just convicted April 24th this year. So I said I was gonna come back and show you. Like I really don't. Okay, so okay, here. Since we talked about so this is a statement made by. So I'm just gonna call her the mother, since we're speaking of a child, and I'm gonna call the girl, the little girl or the child, because there's gonna be two children. I'm gonna show y'all something. So once y'all read this, you'll see what she actually said. She saw. She saw. Okay, let's put that to the side. And pay attention to the time, because over an hour went by before the police were called. If this is what you saw, indeed, the police would have been called. But instead, so I'm making sure I got these in the right order, because I'm gonna show y'all. So, and I done wrote on here too. This is, hold on. Okay, this is from, I don't know if, I'm just gonna read a little bit because it still got people's names on here. These are the police reports. If I find out that I can share these and not get in trouble, because some have initials, people's initials, and some have just a first name. So I'm just going to, so my son was arrested October 7th, early morning, whatever. They put the time as October 8th, the date. So this right here is showing October 12th. Okay, this is the mother's friend gave a statement and said that on October 7th, he had several missed calls. What is this? He had several missed calls from his good friend, who is the mother. When he noticed he had the missed calls, he returned her call, at which point she told him something had happened within her apartment and she was unsure what to do. He told her to calm down, at which point she relayed walking into the living room and only seeing her oldest child and not the child or my son. She asked her oldest child where they were, and he told her they were inside the shared bedroom of the kids. She then told the friend that she saw my son standing in the doorway, and she saw her child move away from him, wipe her mouth with her hand. She then saw my son pull his underwear up. Okay, so she's saying she saw, but in her initial report, she says she didn't hear. If I can share with y'all the other ones, I'm gonna show y'all the other ones because it's a couple of different reports. Man, I wish I could show y'all. So let me put this one down. So then she puts her child on the phone with this friend who spoke with the child, and the friend said that he was unsure of what the child was initially saying, but he made no mistake when he heard the child say, "Little hole, there's white stuff coming out of it." He said he then heard the mother freaking out as she had heard the conversation between the two and told him she would have to call him back. blah, blah, blah. It goes on to some more conversation about he was gathering up people to go over there, and she was letting him know that Eric carried a gun. Eric just became a car carrier or whatever for firearms, like a few months before this happened. And then it's just some more stuff about that now. So that's one person. So let me show y'all this. I'm just, because I'm gonna tell y'all. So let's see. So here we go with this part. So this is from, I'm not sure, but this is somebody. I gotta find the other part. But one of these investigators, part of a report. I just want to read this part. I want to show y'all so bad. I should have blacked this out. I think I'm gonna black it out and I'm gonna come back and show y'all. But it's basically saying how they were trying to offer her some help as far as this being traumatizing. And this person said that they told the mother that people expose children to the P word in attempts to groom them to become normalized and comfortable with carrying out S acts. The mother seemed hesitant even after I explained Robinson's responses to questions I posed to him were not those of an innocent person. So when they were questioning him and they were asking him, is it any reason we would find her DNA on you? His answer was, you shouldn't, because you shouldn't. So they say that that was guilty. He's like almost admitting guilt. So that was that. And then this person goes on to say they attempted to come to her home to obtain these devices, or the device that the child was using, but the mother refused. This person told her they would call her during the week of whatever to come to her home and view the images on the device. So, and then they also were saying that they were concerned about her cooperation and they needed to engage her in services ASAP. So based on her not cooperating, they decided to request all the current jail calls between her and my son. So I'm going to put that down there. Now, I just have a few jail calls, but I want to show y'all something real quick before we, well, I'm just going to get into the jail calls. Let's see, I highlighted a bunch of stuff, and let me see. So, they're just talking about who spoke with who, and then she was asking, just talking about, and then so then she proceeded. She told my son in the jail call that her oldest child is starting to question this child about what happened and if she's telling the truth. Let's see what else. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, because I wanted to show y'all. Oh, it's in here. It's in here. It's in here. So, okay, so I just read to y'all that this person, somebody went to go, an investigator went to go confiscate the phones, and she didn't want to give them the phones. And that was on the 14th, I believe that looks like. So on the 15th, these jail calls, she says to my son that the mother took the phone from the kids. She's telling my son this, and she says she checked the phones and stated that the child has been watching the P word. So the mother proceeded to ask, why was she watching that? And is this where she got the idea from? And the child said, yeah. Okay, I'm going to come back with part 3.